Before we dive into the specific technology that cuts your website loading time in half, do me a huge favor. Scroll down to the description right now, click that Kinsta link and open it in a new tab. You are going to want to have their features page open to follow along, because what I'm about to explain sounds like magic, but it's actually just brilliant engineering. We need to talk about the difference between fast and instant. Most people think that if they buy a CD on a content delivery network, their site is automatically fast globally. You might be using Cloudflare or a plugin like WP Rocket, and you think you are covered. But here is the dirty little secret about traditional CDNs. They only do half the job. When a user visits your website, two things happen. First, the server has to build the page. It has to execute the PHP, grab data from the database, and create the HTML file. This is the main structure of your house. Second, the browser has to download the assets, the images, the CSS, the fonts. These are the furniture and the paint. A traditional CDN only helps with the furniture. It stores your images on servers around the world, but it doesn't store the house. So, if your server is in New York and a customer visits from Tokyo, the CDN gives them the images instantly, but they still have to wait for the request to travel all the way to New York, wait for the server to build the HTML, and travel all the way back to Tokyo. That gap, that is called time to first byte TTFB. And that is where you lose customers. This is where Kinsta changed the game with a feature called edge caching. Kinsta doesn't just cache your images at the edge, they cache the entire page. They take that finished HTML file, the house itself, and they store a copy of it on Cloudflare's 260 data centers around the world. Let me give you a real-world analogy. Without edge caching, it is like ordering a pizza. Every time you call, the chef has to mix the dough, chop the toppings, and bake the pizza from scratch. It takes 20 minutes. With Kinsta edge caching, it is like the chef baked 1,000 pizzas this morning and put them in warming ovens in every neighborhood in the city. When you call, the driver just grabs one from the warmer next door. You get your pizza in 2 minutes. The server doesn't have to think, it doesn't have to process PHP, it doesn't have to query the database. It just hands over the file. The result? Kinsta's data shows that this feature alone cuts global load times by an average of 50%. In some cases, it speeds up the site by over 80%. And the craziest part, on other hosts, setting this up is a nightmare of configuration rules and exceptions. On Kinsta, it is included in every plan, and it is enabled by default. You don't have to be a code wizard. You just have to be on the right platform. If you are tired of your site being fast for you, but slow for everyone else, you need to move to the edge. Click the link in the description. Migrate your site to Kinsta, and start serving your content instantly to every corner of the planet. Thanks for watching.